Hi, it's David Schummy at Fix a Frame in Brisbane, and I just wanted to talk to you about one of the hot trends in picture framing in 2017. In fact, the trend has been developing over the last couple of years with the move back to Danish type furniture. And so some of the designs were coming back to ideas that were used back in the 60s and 70s with quite steep angular shapes, and these have been finished in some beautiful natural oak finishes. So we have oak veneers that have sort of bleached and cement tones in them, and this is a very strong trend that's following architectural influences. It's matching the colour of people's flooring, and it's bringing that refined elegance of timber into the home. So there are a number of shapes. I particularly like this quite steep shape, a wedge. That works really well if it's actually combined with some of the simple flat shapes. Like you can use that as an addition where it sits on the inside to give it a larger profile. And these are really, look, when you put it on a picture, it's a lot like it is a window frame, and you're taken in by this beautiful perspective that deep wedge shape creates. Now, it's also available in what would be considered a silhouette frame. This is ideal for framing canvases where you want to float the canvas into the frame. And for example, when some of these heavy duty stretchers sit really nicely inside that floating frame, and these floats are elegant and narrow, so you don't end up with a bulky edge. It's a very refined look. So they come in a huge range of these architectural colours. There's little profiles, and where we've seen a trend developing in some of these smaller shapes is using them, combining them with say lacquer. Now that seems a little bit odd, but you can use it where you put a little rough timber inside the lacquer. You could use the wedge outside the lacquer, so you're combining gloss and rough textures together. You can use it where you use just the box outside, so that we've got a box frame with a lacquer panel and a little rough inner edge. These are sort of quite on trend with some of the modern kitchen and architectural elements that are coming through in modern building. Also combining it with metal and silver. So if you're thinking about framing something at the moment and you want to have something that's kind of got that really beautiful lived with feel, like anybody could live with these, they're warm colours, warm tones, and they've got a lot of refined elegance about them, then you should consider some of these natural timbers, some of these veneers that have that grey, the oak greys, the different subtle shades. Some of the shades that are coming through are shades like cashew, for example, or not a limed oak, but almost one of those acid bleached oaks, or sometimes we used to make those by using, say, ammonia on the oak itself to give it that, bring up the grain and actually change its colour spectrum into some of these greyed tones. Really, really interesting colours. So if you're looking for something to stay on trend this year in 2017, check out the natural oaks, and in that, those clean, elegant Danish lines. Anyway, this has been David Schummy from Fix a Frame in Brisbane. I look forward to seeing you in the store soon.